Welcome to the ASUG News Studio. My name is Tom Whalegum and we're broadcasting live from ASUG Annual Conference and Sapphire Now 2015. So I'm delighted to have two gentlemen in the ASUG News Studio next with a product that I did not know of until about 2 weeks ago, and it is one of the coolest things I think I've ever heard in the SAP ecosystem. So before we get into that, let me just introduce the gentleman here to my right. Barry Lober, you are the CTO of Ice Edge Business Solutions.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And I can't wait for you to describe the product to me. And then to your right is Bob Blomstrom, the Director of Business Development for Ice Edge.
Thanks, Tom.
So, now that I just built up this product to be the best thing that ever happened to mankind, what is this? And what I'd love to put in context for the ASUG members is how will they use this? Because when you start describing it, they might not get it first, but when you actually get to that next level and what they can do, I think that's where it gets really, really cool. So Bob, take it away.
I think, Tom, what we do is we start with a concept, our byline, which is wow, win, and deliver. And we're a graphics configurator that uses gaming technology to create an image in designing products configured to order that allows clients to understand exactly what it is they're seeing, what it is they're getting, how it is it's going to come together, what its cost is, and how it works.
So so we stop there. People may be like, well, what does that have to do with SAP? So what does that have to do with SAP?
Barry?
Well, people have products that are configured or engineered to order that just aren't sort of ready to go. Typically, they will have a team of people that have the expertise on how to put their products together, whether it's cabinets or manufactured products or custom jet airplanes. Our software has the ability to learn what that person has been doing and bring it into the software. As we call it configuration, which is a very general term under ERPs and SAP. What's different about ours is the complexity that it can handle with the configuration and the size of the configurations that we can create. We can do entire buildings and configure them within our software in a 3D environment. And that's mostly based because we took a different approach to the 3D. We took the computer game approach to 3D versus a typical 3D mechanical engineering approach to the 3D, which allows us to have models 1,000 times bigger and more complex and work in real time.
Absolutely, it's the real time what I love, I think is really cool, in that once you start making changes, all that information automatically changed with it.
Yes.
If I'm understanding this correctly.
Yes.
And then you're getting a visual output of that as well.
Yeah, so if someone's building a home or something, they might get a 2D plan of the space, maybe they get tiny swatches of the finishes, and they have to imagine what their home's going to look like. With our software, they can actually be in the home, see it in 3D or even virtual reality. We're now linking our software to the Oculus VR Rift, and they can design their space, actually experience it firsthand and see it visually. But the power is what's happening in behind. In behind, linked to SAP, it's linked all the bill of materials, all the parts, place the order, and eliminated what would otherwise have been hours or days of work in real time.
I was going to say, yeah, that typically, how would that have happened in the past? Like some paper, okay, we're going to write this down, I got to go check with...
I'd sit with you and talk about what you wanted. I'd send it back to the plant. 3 or 4 engineers or design team members would graph that out. They'd send it back to me a couple of days later, maybe a week later. I'd show it to you, you'd go, well, that's great, but I'd like it a little bit more like this. It goes back to the plant, they do some more work. 2 weeks later, with us, it's all real time. If you can imagine, Tom, 3 screens, one of which I'm drawing in 2 dimensions. That 2D drawing is creating, on my second screen, a 3D visualization that you can fly through that's graphically correct to what's going on. The third screen is showing the bill of materials that's actually being created from that. I can change any of those 3 and it changes the other 2. So it's real-time configuration that meets your needs and drives to your demands for speed and accuracy. And that's what makes us different. We're putting the sexy back into SAP.
That's right, absolutely. Well, it's interesting you bring up the SAP because in the keynote, Bill McDermott this morning, the CEO, was talking about ridding the complexity. And I wonder if people don't believe it when you say what you can do and then you have to go in and show them, because a lot of, ASUG members, they have complex SAP environments. So they probably think, yeah, okay, yeah, I bet you guys. But when you actually show them, what is their reaction? What do they say to that?
Actually, some people don't believe it. It's too good to be true. Sometimes it becomes something we have to get over.
Right.
But if people take the time to see behind what we're doing, it is working. And honestly, that was a big problem when we first got started, but now we got our customers who are our best salespeople telling the stories of how it's changed their business. We got one customer that's now reduced engineering to 1/5 of the time it used to take. And they even contribute additional sales because the tool, although it's designed for configuration, is used out as marketing by the salespeople and drawing customers into their product and ultimately selling more product to start with.
That's a great, I mean, that's business value right there. I'm wondering too, you know, NetWeaver was kind of key to this, and now in this age of HANA, has that shifted what you guys can do, or does that, you know, lead you in a different direction and
it makes
give
it
you
more exciting? And I'll let Barry
Well,
jump
it's
to that.
definitely leading us in a different direction. It's interesting with sort of the HANA platforms and the other parts of HANA. One thing that ICE is able to do with the very, very large applications, and we've been doing it for about 10 years now, is we do it all in memory. So some of the HANA technology. Also, all of our technology is written in Java. So we're very excited about the HANA cloud development platform. We believe we can very easily migrate our technology into that platform and then benefit from the things that SAP has done with HANA.
That's great, great way. So if I am a skeptical person watching this, where do I go to find out more, besides going over to your booth? I know it's on the show floor, but where would I go to find out more about
You can go on our website.
Yep.
And that's
Which
simple. The website is www.iceedge.com.
Okay.
The other one is we're available throughout the United States to get with you, or Canada or Mexico or wherever. We are gone worldwide now. We have a number of facilities where we can demonstrate what's going on. For example, in Calgary, we have an actual virtual reality studio that you can put on a backpack and a riff and walk through space. And it is literally an unparalleled experience. We can add fans to blow your hair and other things. But the other piece to it is to sit with you and to help you to understand what we're doing. Sometimes that's best in your environment because you can ask us to create what it is that has meaning for you. And then we literally, with our team, come in and work with you for a morning and create and craft what it is that you're looking to achieve with that. And we do that literally as we sit with you and integrate that information and that drawing into what it is that you're doing. It doesn't fit with everyone, but for those people that are trying to help someone understand what's going on, either in their own team or with a client, this changes the dynamics for how everything works there. And that's what's very different about what we do.
Absolutely. I'm glad we were able to get this, and I think you guys have a very cool product, and I appreciate you coming in and telling us about it.
Well, thank you very much.
Tom, thank you very much for having us today.
Great.
We're proud to be a part of ASUG.
Awesome. Well, we love that. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
For more ASUG customer stories and stories about great partners like IceEdge Business Solutions, please go to asugnews.com.